Welcome back, everyone. This is a brief tutorial on navigating through our second lesson of the semester. This is all about the what and the why of communication. The very first green box that you'll see is a brief overview of what the lesson is about, due dates, learning objectives, and the competency. To begin this lesson, you want to read Chapter 1 in your textbook, Understanding Human Communication by Adler, Rodman, and Dupree, the 13th edition. You'll also notice a PowerPoint presentation in this lesson. This is just an additional learning tool for you in completing additional exercises that I have. In this PowerPoint, you'll see that they have exercises. Those I will not be requiring you to complete. Again, this is just an additional learning tool. Then I've put in a PowerPoint discussion discussing types and elements of communication. This brief PowerPoint discussion, or mini lesson, if you will, helps you to accomplish the communication model assignment that you will find in this lesson. But to begin the lesson, you're going to be engaging in an online discussion with your fellow classmates by reading the following articles on the links I've given you. That I've embedded them in this particular activity. So you just click on those, read through those. And then in the discussion area of E360, you're going to post your opinion on whether or not the individuals depicted in these articles should have lost their jobs. Then I ask that you list the 5 dangers that people should be aware of when it comes to social media. And are there any other precautions that people should take? Your original post should be no less than 5 sentences in length, and it will be due by Saturday, February 3rd, 11:59 p.m. Then I ask that you reply to at least 2 other classmates' posts, and you should do that no later than Sunday, February 4th by 11:59 p.m. If you look in the directions this week, your responses should be no less than 3 sentences in length. This will add to the depth of discussion for our online environment, which will help us to be an inclusive group. Then you're going to be completing a communication model assignment where you are going to be taking a recent conversation and creating a visual model of the transactional communication situation. Your job is to create your own depiction or drawing of the communication that occurred within that particular situation. It can be with a family member, it can be with friends, it can be work related, it doesn't matter, just as long as it's between you and someone else. In this model, you are going to attempt to identify the communicators, the environment, message, noise, channels, encoding, decoding, and feedback. Then on the second part of the model, you are going to write in complete sentence format the following information. Illustrate how the elements of the model apply to the communication setting. Identify how participants fulfilled the communication responsibilities in terms of the communication model. Explain the impact of the elements listed above on your communication episode. And suggest techniques to improve the outcome of the communication situation. And then the rubric or the point system is given there for you. Make certain that all items are visible and clearly labeled and described. And also, please proofread your communication situation on part 2 before submitting. This model will be due no later than Sunday, February 4th. For complete assignment details on a separate Word document, you can press go. You'll just press on the gray box, and then the assignment guidelines will come up in a Word document for you. I've provided you with a grading rubric. This particular assignment will be worth 27 points. I've also provided you with a model example of a communication interaction, and I've also provided you with the written portion. When you submit this to the Dropbox, please make sure everything is on one document. So you can have 2 pages on that Word document. I'm fine with that, but you should only have one submission to the Dropbox. If you need to, you can use the model that's given there. You can use it as a template, but you must have your own communication situation. And then after you read chapter 1, you're going to complete the chapter 1 quiz. There are 10 questions. 5 questions are multiple choice. 5 questions are true and false. You are allowed multiple attempts up until the due date or until you reach a 100, whatever comes first. You can use your textbook and any other sources given to you within this lesson to complete this quiz. At the end of this lesson, you'll start to notice for every lesson that I will have reminders with the due dates, just as a double checking system to make sure that you have what is required for you to complete in that lesson. So just a reminder to read chapter 1, complete the discussion, submit your communication model assignment, and take the chapter quiz. Once you're done with that, congratulations, you've completed lesson 2. This again is just a brief tutorial. If you have any questions, please feel free to email, call, or stop by. Thank you.